health service is very personal to me. It saved my life 3 times as a child. Every time I take a puff on my inhaler, every time I speak to an American friend, I know how vitally important and how lucky we are to have our NHS here in Great Britain.
Spending has gone down and actually health needs are increasing. The cost of drugs and equipment is increasing, so actually everybody is being able to spend less on it. There are budget cuts within the NHS. That's the reason why it's such a joke that this consultation says we'll close these across London and the community will cope. The community will not be able to cope.
This consultation is a fraud, which is why we have lawyers working on a judicial review of it. If you haven't responded yet, you've still got till Monday. I suggest you do what I do. Don't fill in their phony questionnaire. Write them a short letter saying we want our A&Es to stay open and we believe their consultation is dishonest and we will challenge it and we will overturn it.
I want to tell you one very quick story which I hope will inspire you, and it's about doctors and patients and workers at Abbasiyah General Hospital, and this is from just before the revolution that overthrew Hosni Mubarak. They found out that just like the hospital here, that the government wanted to close it down and transfer it in order to build a block of flats. And they fought back. They organised themselves into a united campaign and they won. If they can do it under a dictatorship, if they have to stand in front of tanks in order to protest for their rights, and they can do it, then you can do it too.
5,000 less nurses in the frontline services, and the cuts in the NHS have gone up. £20 billion.
We have substantial cuts in the London ambulance service. So anyone who thinks the ambulance service are going to be able to deal with taking residents from Hammersmith and Fulham and Ealing to the other hospitals being proposed, they're dreaming. They are facing 20% cuts.
Last year, the first 6 months of the year, over 24,000 people had to wait 4 hours or more for emergency care and treatment. This year, 68,000 people in the first 6 months of this year have had to wait 4 hours or more for emergency treatment. What is going to happen when they try to centralise these services and concentrate them in fewer hospitals? It's already overstressed, already overstretched. This is impossible. It doesn't add up. We've got to stop it.
So what can you do about it? Well, you've done one thing. You've come here today. I hope you all signed the petition as well and responded to the consultation. But there's one third very important thing you can do that gives us a real chance. The government has said that if local GPs are against this, and the clinical commissioning group that's been set up, which is elected by local GPs, if they are against it, the government will intervene and stop the whole thing. Unless
we fight this now, it's going to be with us forever. And the problem is, it's very easy to close a casualty, then the hospital goes. It's much, much, much harder to build it up again.
And I have just come now from Central Middlesex Hospital, where my husband was taken last night as an emergency admission because there wasn't an emergency bed for him in St Mary's. And we are likely to see more and more of this because we cannot guarantee in this situation that the services, the community and primary care services, are available to support the health service if accident and emergency units close.
It's madness to close 4 out of 9 A&Es in North West London, and they're doing it where the concentration of population is the greatest and the need is the greatest. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. How can less be more?
A few years ago they spent 65 million quid on rebuilding Central Middlesex Hospital. Now they intend to run it down to a small hospital. The A&E at Central Middlesex is already closed on nights. They have an urgent care centre. When we talk about privatisation, that urgent care centre is run by a private company. They tell us they can mend broken arms but not broken legs. If you've got a broken leg, you've got to go somewhere else. How people in the area are supposed to know what's done by the UGC and why has to go somewhere else, we've yet to find out.
They want to sell off 4.38. They want to basically clear the site. And what will happen? Instead of having a hospital, we'll have a block of flats.
We've had 247,000 people for A&E currently. This is before the closures. After the closures, it'll be 395,000 people per A&E unit. How can this be an improvement?
The austerity isn't working, that the campaign to try and close the A&E in our hospitals isn't working because you're on the streets as the proof of it, and we absolutely need all to be on the streets together on October the 20th to join up these campaigns from all over the country to say that this is our NHS.
Carry on campaigning, carry on fighting until and the day this item is taken off the agenda. And I think that day will be the victory for the communities and the victory for the services.
Haven't listened to us. We've got to go further up. The government have to listen to us. They have to force them to rethink these plans and include us in this process. We demand it. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people.
We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. Because we're ordinary people. Yeah. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow, no. Oh, this time will take.
This hospital has saved me 9 times. I have 9 cardiac arrests, and last year I was in intensive care for 11 days. This hospital must not be closed.